Hey everybody, welcome back to the video. This is the last part of my Middle Fork series here, so after this, no more of the Middle Fork maybe, hopefully, I don't know. I might come back to it, but if you guys are getting tired of this Middle Fork series, this is the last one for now. Other than that, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. It would help me out so much. It really show me that you guys really appreciate what I'm doing here, both a subscribe and a thumbs up. If you have a question or a comment, please leave them down there in the comment section. I'd love to, get back to you guys about that stuff. I'd love to, answer your guys' questions. Over this whole series and quite a few videos back, there's been some awesome people commenting about stuff. It's just awesome that I can kind of, have these conversations with you guys. Anyway, let's jump in the video here. The first rapid we got here is Lower Cliffside. There's Upper Cliffside, Lower Cliffside. I didn't get video of the Upper Cliffside rapid. I don't know why. There are rapids I skipped. I don't know why again. I just didn't record them, I guess. Other than that, let's jump on in here. So Lower Cliffside, you do have to set up for more of a left side run here. As you can tell, I'm working those oars back, trying to move my boat over to that left side, getting in a good position by the cliff there. And kind of ride it out here a little bit. There's nothing really too terrible about Cliffside or Lower Cliffside anyway. In the lower water, those rocks over there on the right side will stick out a bit more, but if you can kind of hug that left side a little bit, it'll push you straight through here. Nothing too terrible, nothing too bad at all. So it was a good run. I believe this point on this trip, you were actually trying to chase somebody's rope down a little bit. It might have been this one, it might have been up a little higher, but someone's rope bag did get knocked out and we had to chase it down a little ways. So, keep an eye on your gear. This next rapid's called Rubber. There is one, it can be a little confusing because you have Weber, then you have Rubber. So it can get a little confusing sometimes. But, they're both really fun rapids. If you guys watched part 2 of this Middle Fork kind of reaction review series, you did, see my near flip on Weber there. Luckily, Rubber isn't as bad. It's got some pretty big waves in there, and this is a great example of how big the waves on the Middle Fork can be. And this is, I keep mentioning it, but this is more of like a medium flow. It's not like a medium flow. It's not too low, and it's not really high. This is more of like a nice medium level flow. So it's just a fun flow there, and on this rapid, I did definitely have a bit of fun. So this one's kind of nice because you do have that kind of a flat area to really judge your rapid there. Gives you a great time to stand up in your boat, scout it out a little bit, or watch the boats in front of you as you go down through this rapid. It's a great way of kind of judging what the rapid will do, and grabbing the landmarks as you go down. It's a bit of fun for sure. Right here I was trying to watch the boats in front of me, seeing what they were doing going through there. As you can tell, I actually put my helmet on finally. There's a whole discussion we could have about helmets versus not helmets, or when you need to wear your helmet. But let's just focus on the rapid at the moment. So that's actually Weber right there, kind of right between the two rocks. There's a rock over there on the left side and another big rock over here on the right side. Back there a little bit when I said you could scout it, I might have been talking a little early. This is probably kind of anywhere around here. It doesn't really look like you could land a boat in there, but if you skillful enough, if you have a couple passengers with you, you could definitely land a boat there. Or, kind of catch those calm waters on either side and stand up a little bit, get up above so you can actually look down and see what's going on down there in the rapid. So again, watching the front boat, there's a big kicker right there, as you can tell. Watching the second boat go in there. Oh, she did all right. Judging watching that front boat and deciding if you really want to run that line or if you want to go in a different direction there. Here's my run, and yeah! Oh, it's always nice when you get that perfect run there. and, you know, get a big wave and you just go sky high. It's always, you know, it's so exciting to do that. Let's watch it again. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I did kind of want to rewind here a little bit and kind of show you too, you know, just the power of these waves. You know, I mentioned it before, but coming in here, you can definitely tell that this boat flexes quite a bit. And you know, it depends on kind of boats, you know, what they're made out of, how much air pressure you have in the boats. This one is actually an NRS boat, so it's actually made out of the Peniel Orca, or basically Hypalon. So there's pros and cons about that. You know, I've run this boat, I've run, you know, air style boats with PVC and with a urethane bladder. That's kind of the style of boat I've got personally. This boat is actually a loaner from my dad, so that's awesome. But you can definitely see the boat really kind of flex as it goes through there. You know, the front end kind of jiggles, the back end jiggles. And you know, it's kind of the power that those waves have. So the next rapid I got for you here is called Hancock, and it's a pretty special rapid. You know, it's pretty lengthy. It doesn't have, you know, that big of features in there, although some of the features in there, you know, can be pretty big at times. So, you know, keep your head on and going through here. This rapid actually kind of has a special story for me and my dad now. Again, I and my mom, me and my mom and my dad put all of us in there. Okay, never mind. Anyway, basically I had to save my dad again. I don't know if there's this kind of special thing between me and my dad that, you know, I've had to save him quite a few times here on the Middle Fork, but, you know, that's just how it happens. You know, that's one reason I kind of like being the last boat, so I can actually help out in those situations, which is quite nice. Anyway, let's watch this video and see what happens to my dad. Kind of down there a little bit, you can see the second boat kind of knocking around a little bit. These big waves at the top are definitely, you know, some of the bigger ones coming through Hancock here. Kind of bouncing around in there, nothing too terribly big, nothing like rubber back there. Hit that one a little sideways because I didn't want to take the meat of that one. This is kind of nice because you can get out of if you want to, you can actually get out of this kind of wave train rollers and kind of float beside it with still a pretty good amount of current. It helps out quite a bit if you're getting too close to boats, or if you need to slow down and, you know, wait for some boats to catch up. It was right about here I noticed there was something up with my dad. Actually, you can kind of see him floundering over there on the right side. He got kind of caught in the shallows there a little bit. You know, another good way, another good reason to, you know, keep your eyes on that front person and kind of see what they're doing if you can actually see their front person. But yeah, there he goes, he's floundering a little bit over there on the right. I'm watching him, you know, I had a pretty clear idea what was going on downstream, but I'm watching my dad at the moment. So from there, I say there it goes, there it goes. I could actually see across my dad's boat and actually tell that one of his oar towers, which is usually standing at about yay angle, it actually flopped over. He hit a rock or something with his oar, and the whole thing is bent over. It's kind of a con of using, or kind of a down point of using the NRS frame, which is the frame we got on my boat here and my dad's boat, or any other tower that uses like a U-bolt or, you know, hex bolts to kind of secure it to the rails there. You can crank those suckers pretty darn tight, but there is a time where, you know, they'll hit something and they'll fold right over on you. It's happened to me quite a few times. That's why nowadays I actually keep a frame wrench tucked inside of my life jacket. So in case that happens, you know, I just pull the wrench out, crank on the nuts of the U-bolt, bend the thing back up or back out, depending on which way it went, crank it back down as tight as I can and keep going. So if you're using a bighorn frame from NRS, or, you know, a frame that has, you know, those towers kind of bolted in, I definitely recommend carrying a tool to, you know, help with those situations where you need to put the tower back up or kind of change location of the tower at all. I say I can't get close to him there. It was pretty shallow, you know, and I was not really wanting to put my boat into those shallows just yet. Kind of looking downstream here a little bit, watching as the kind of the rapid petered out there a little bit, kind of getting into the flats. There's a nice big eddy right there on the right side, so you know, looking at that, making sure the other boat was doing all right. Looking back upstream, making sure my dad's doing all right. I'm pushing into this eddy, trying to, you know, catch that eddy to recirculate me back upstream. It doesn't work out too well, but it does, you know, give me a spot to stop at. There was enough current kind of pushing between the eddy, as you can tell on the right, and the main current of the rapid over there on the left, that I can kind of hold my position there in the middle, kind of right there on the eddy wall. I was communicating with my mom up front. What I basically told her was, I don't care what my dad says, we're gonna go out there, you're gonna grab him, and we're gonna drag him back into shore. My dad can be a little thick-headed sometimes, and you know, I can kind of see myself petering that way sometimes as well, where, you know, he gets something done and, you know, he keeps cruising, but you know, it's nice to have somebody there to, you know, be there to assist you in situations, and like this situation where my dad is basically floating on his boat with one oar in the back, or kind of towards the upstream, I should say, to kind of rudder his way down the stream, or down the river here. What he said afterwards, actually, is he kind of had to think about, you know, a sweet boat mentality a little bit. Although kind of going oar rig to sweet boat, that's all kind of a different control scheme a little bit. But he kind of had to rudder his boat sideways down the rapid, and you know, that's kind of how we caught him at the end here. There he is. He's still kind of having a bit of trouble. Like I said, he's sideways, working with his one good oar still. I'm waiting. I know that if I pop out too quick, you know, I'm going to get swept away before I can get to my dad. So I'm trying to wait here, wait for him to get closer. I kind of backed up a little bit, backed into the eddy a little bit. Still waiting, trying to slow down. I'm kind of in the main current as well. All right, here we go. He's right there, you know, I tried pushing out to him. You can kind of tell right there, his tower is down. He's shipping his oar up so that we can get to him. Yeah, that's what I meant by, you know, waiting for him to get a little bit closer, because I got in that current and I just got swept away. So I'm really having to work on those oars to get back up to him and slow my boat down so my mom can actually grab him and we can kind of control his boat a little bit. So there goes the grab, she's got him. And now it's up to me basically to push his boat into an eddy. I kind of slowed down there a little bit because I knew we weren't going to make that eddy. There was another one downstream here a little bit. Slowing down, taking a breather, making sure that he's not going to run ashore or run up on a big rock. And he's working on his oar already, which is awesome to see. You know, it's nice that when you grab somebody or grab a boat or whatnot, they actually participate in their, you know, repairs or their rescue. So that's awesome. Yep, communicating there. You know, I said I was going in, and we pushed our way into the eddies. This was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. You know, it looks like I'm pushing on it quite a bit, but actually pulling into that eddy was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought I'd have to really shove us into there, but yeah, you got a little bit of excitement there.
Yeah, I saw that.
So the last rapid I got for you guys on this video is called Kramer Creek. This is the last big rapid on the Middle Fork of the Salmon. Technically it's on the main Salmon, so it's a little bit special that way. But it's the last big one you have on the trip, which is awesome. And you know, it's always been a joy for me to run. As you can kind of tell already, there's a big bus sitting right there on the road next to the river. And that's actually the road you take to come out of the Middle Fork, and the road you drive onto to get into the main salmon, or into the launch on the main salmon if you're just doing the main salmon launch. So it's a fun road to drive if you ever get a chance to drive it. I would highly recommend it. It's a fun road. Even if you're not rafting, you can just drive it for fun, and it's just a fun road. Anyway, Kramer, what's pretty special about Kramer is there's actually holes on the side of the rapid. So you just don't want to run the sides of it really, in my experience anyway. You kind of want to just stay away from the sides. You want to run right in the middle of the rapid, and that's what I do here in the video. You're going to tell there's some really big swells coming through there, and you know, that's just a fun time. One last big hurrah before the trip's over. It's nice and smooth rolling. Nothing too bad in there. Gets a little wonky at the end there. Kind of my spare oars flopping around a little bit. Yeah. One last big hurrah before the end of the trip there. I actually remember dropping over the lip there, I kind of want to call it. Rewind the video. Where is it? I remember dropping over that lip right there at 7 foot. That was like one of the only rapids I oared when I was on a training trip with a company who runs the Middle Fork. It was really awesome that they invited me out there, but this was like the last rapid out there, and you know, I felt really privileged to actually oar a boat through there, especially at 7 foot. And you know, there was a drop on that thing. You know, that was a bit of a gut-wrenching moment, but it was awesome. If you guys have a chance to run the Middle Fork at all, or run this section here on the main salmon, I would highly recommend it. Kramer Creek is fantastic. Again, stay away from the sides if you can help it. Although if you're looking for a bit more fun, you know, the sides might be where you want to go. Anyway, a lot of fun going through Kramer Creek. Alright guys, like I said before, that's the end of my Middle Fork series here. My Middle Fork, I guess, review or reaction from my past trip anyway. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you have a question or comment, please leave it down there in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I've been talking for a while now. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. It would help me out so much. I do want to reach 75 subscribers. I just keep getting tongue-tied on there, but I do want to reach 75 subscribers by the end of the year. So please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. How many times can I say subscribe in this video? Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next video.